And the last element of the nervous system, the last response, is called freeze. And this is what happens when we can't fit in, we can't run away, we can't fight back. It's like a gazelle running from a lion, and it realizes it's going to get caught. There's nothing it can do, and it just keels over. And we call it playing dead. But really, it's not a choice. It's their nervous system takes over and brings them down. And it's a really intelligent response, because sometimes the predator thinks, oh, this thing is dead, I don't want to eat it, and then leaves. And also, if the animal ends up getting eaten, when it's in freeze, you're releasing endogenous opioids, painkillers. So it's much better to be eaten when you're in a freeze state. And it's also like the wisdom of dissociating. Like when an animal is going to be eaten, it'll dissociate. And that way, it's like the Woody Allen joke, like, I don't mind having to die, I just don't want to be there when it happens. Yeah. So freeze, there's also some really pleasant sides of freeze. Like you might see like a kitten being held by its mother in its mouth. It'll go into that limp freeze, but it's like super safe and nourishing version of that where you're with your mom. And there are ways that human beings go into those states too, and also in ecstatic experiences you can go into a freeze, but it has a very pleasant quality to it. The negative side of freeze, one is either when you feel like you're being eaten, you feel like this is the end of the road for me, this is my last resort. And if it really is, it's going to be really helpful. But a lot of us get stuck in freeze because the stress builds and builds and sends us into freeze, and then that becomes our baseline. And even when there's no threat, it can be hard to come out of freeze. So that can look like feeling dissociated, feeling confused, feeling foggy, feeling disoriented, having a hard time having energy to engage, feel exhausted all the time. And also having a lot of physical problems have to do with freeze, like digestive issues. Our digestive organs can go into freeze. So we're going to do a quick, it's a sound that can help digest a little bit of freeze. And we all have all 4 of these. So it's nice to work with all of them. Yeah, so even if you really think you're a freezer, this is great. And if you don't, this is still a really important thing to try. So the sound is a voo, and we're going to do a long, deep voo and see if you can get it to resonate in the belly, in the digestive organs. So you can try my tone, and if that doesn't feel right for you, try a different one. No one can hear you. Okay. Inhale, big belly. And on the exhale, voo. And then check in with yourself. See if there's any impact.